Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. Happy New Year everyone. Today is January 1, 2026 and I'm just so excited to start the year so right that I'm doing a painting tutorial today because it's been a while because after my vacation in the Philippines back in October, I had quite a long time, in doing new painting tutorials. I keep on re-uploading some tutorials that I thought some people would want to see. So now we're doing something new. And as to subject, it's not really new, but it's something that I really want to paint simply because I feel like whenever I do this subject, I feel like I'm also painting waters and reflections and light and mirrors. So we will be doing pizza. Okay, we will be doing a slice of pizza today. And I will make it as realistic as possible because that's just my style. And I'll be making a huge announcement. Either I include that in this video or I make a separate video for that. And it's about my painting journey. So for today's tutorial, we'll be using the following colors. So we have burnt sienna, orange, lemon yellow, red, titanium white, and black. So all the colors that I just mentioned will be listed in the description box below as always. Let's begin now. We'll be using a white background for this one. Okay. So we will not be backgrounding my canvas paper. Actually, I want to flip it to the next page simply because I really don't like this spot that I accidentally uh, had when I had my previous tutorial. So I'm going to switch to the next page. I'm going to use that for another painting tutorial that would be uh, colored black so that, we don't really waste our canvas papers. All right, so as I mentioned, I'll be sketching now the subject. So in sketching the subject, I'll be using my burnt sienna. Okay, so we'll be doing a slice of pizza. And again, I really just love this painting. So it's going to be triangular. Right, just like that. Okay, I'm going to make it a little more slanted, just like this. And we'll be doing some dripping cheese. That's why I'm leaving this space quite wide. Okay. All right. All right, just like that. Okay, so there will be some dripping cheese right here. Right. I'll be still using my burnt sienna just to sketch the insides. Just like that. As promised, or as I already mentioned, I'll be making this as realistic looking as possible. So that's basically the shape of our pizza. Now I'm gonna underpaint my um, pizza using some brown again. So just paint it with some brown colors. Okay, just like that. Okay. Okay, I'm always painting or I'm always doing my paintings like super edge to edge. I don't leave spaces for margins. I'm just not that type of painter. I really like to maximize my space. So I use every inch of it, to occupy for my painting or for my subject to occupy the what do you call this, surface area. So while we're still at it, the burnt sienna will be mixed with some reds, okay? And let's underpaint. I'll be adding a little bit of black to that, just a tiny bit. And I'll be using the, oh, it's too strong, the black color, but it's fine. So I'll be underpainting this part of the pizza. I don't know if you like this part of the pizza. I normally don't like this, okay? But if it's stuffed with something, let's say cheese or meat, I'm okay with eating that part. All right, so that will be the underpainting for this area. And maybe I'll be getting, again, my brown because I forgot this part. Burnt sienna. All right. I think this is very easy, and I think it's also nice if we start our year with some easy subject. Um, we don't need to paint a very difficult subject just to prove that we can paint. Okay. All right. Now, okay, I'll be washing my brush out so that we can use a different color for some more underpainting. Okay. So now I'll be getting my yellow and then mix it with white so that it's more opaque. I'll be dabbing it with some browns. I hope you can see that, like this color. And then I'll be using that in doing some cheese part. Maybe I'm gonna add more yellow. Now you don't have to paint everything for this part of the painting. And I'm doing it quite haphazardly, simply because it's the cheese part. So cheese or pizza cheese doesn't have to be like super patterned or super structured. No. Okay. Now I'll be using my orange. Using some orange, I'll be doing some markings. And of course, it's very normal for me to use my hands in painting, meaning I do direct contact with my paintings by actually touching it. And some of you may not like that, but do what you think is best for you or what is safe for you. If you're allergic to acrylic paints and you cannot touch them for medical or health reasons, then you should not do what I'm doing. It's just that I'm showing you how I'm doing it. Okay. And I'll be touching on right here very randomly. Okay. And now again, without washing my brush, I'll be dabbing on to my yellow and add some white to that to make it more light yellow. And then I'm gonna start creating some markings for light yellow. All right, just like that. Gonna get my white. Gonna add some white spots right here. And of course, I'm a huge fan of finger painting. And I categorize this painting under easy. Beginners are highly encouraged to try this one if the type of painting style you're leaning towards is realism. Okay. All right. Now, okay, I'm gonna get a smaller brush just to sketch the pepperoni. Okay, I'm gonna use my uh, black. I'm gonna use my black. This is a very intense color, by the way. You can use brown if you want, but I really like the black color for this purpose simply because I'm already outlining the shape of it without having to go back to it using black. So if I use black now, it only means that I don't have to redo the outlining later using black. That's the first one. Does it have to be a perfect circle? Definitely not. You know how pepperonis look like. They are not perfect circles simply because they're cooked. Okay? They're cooked, so they're all shrunk to a smaller size or wrinkled and all. I'm gonna do some like that. This is just for sketching purposes. You can actually place your pepperoni in different locations. You don't have to copy where I place them. Um, you can place them anywhere you want. Okay. I'm gonna do some overlapping pepperonis. All right, just like that. Perfect. All right. I'm gonna wash my brush out. Now let's do the underpainting for the pepperonis. And for the underpainting, I'll be getting my red, okay, and brown. So red and burnt sienna plus black. All right. And then I'm gonna have to use this color inside the pepperoni sketches. So if you're painting along with me, and just to give it some um, fun, you can comment in the comment section below. What's your favorite pizza plate flavor? Or yeah, what's your favorite pizza, by the way? I love meat. Okay, so anything that has meat in it, I'm gonna eat that. I'm a meat lover. Okay, like this. So this will be the underpainting for the pepperonis. And when we say underpainting, that doesn't mean that this is the color, the exact color for that. It's not. It's just the undertone, the shadows and all, but not the actual color or the final color. I feel like I need to like fix this part. I don't know. Or maybe I'm gonna have to fix this part to make it more extended. Let's see. The fixing will be done later if I feel like it needs to be changed. So this is an overlapping um, slices of pepperoni. And right here. Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. And then using this color, I'm going to add some dabs of meat that are present. And some sauce, pizza sauce. Mhm. Okay, like that. All right, like that. And I want this to be a little larger. Okay, okay, like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna have to wet my brush, dab onto my orange without actually washing my brush. I'm just wetting it without washing it. And then I'm gonna use some small tabs to give the pizza some natural markings that would make the painting look more natural and realistic. Okay, like this. So I'm just using the tapping uh, technique like this. I think I have to fix this one. I feel like it's cut. Um, anyway, okay. I'll be dabbing onto my dark reds again, and then I'll be using that to create some sauce that are overflowing or meat that are right here. You know, when you get a slice of pizza, it's so sticky, and some meat will be included, some cheese, and all. We're just trying to be realistic here. Okay. Gonna wash my brush out. Okay. Now I'm gonna get back to my yellow. Okay. And I'm gonna do a little bit of dry brushing right here on the, what do you call this part? The pizza handle. I'm gonna use yellow and orange, but I'm dry brushing it, meaning my paintbrush is quite dry, or it's not really wet, you know. Um, that would give it a very soft, or that would give soft brush strokes. It's very dry that it will only create markings instead of brush strokes. It's not intended to cover the surface area. It is intended to create markings. That's how I should describe that step. Okay, now I'm gonna get my dark reds. So I'm gonna darken, okay, this part to create some sort of dimension right here, an absence of light. Okay, this will be covered with a lot of cheese anyway, but we still need to do some depth. Okay. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna get a smaller brush. Gonna get my white and yellow. Okay, and now I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighting right here. Okay, like that. And then using more white. Okay, using more white. I'm gonna make some highlights right here. Uh, And I'm gonna gray this. I'll be adding a little bit of black just to make it gray. We are not going to use pure white just yet, but using some grayish color, okay, I'm gonna do some melted cheese. and it's going to run down here. Okay. Right here. So we're just doing the melted cheese, and I'm so excited to do this because I just love doing melted anything, melted candle, melted anything. I'm just a huge fan of that because I feel like I'm painting waters. This is not super watery, it's more of creamy and sticky, but the the painting style or the techniques are very similar to that of painting water. And I'm just such a huge fan of painting waters. Huge fan. I'm gonna add more yellow this time, maybe a little bit of orange. So it's like yellow orangey colors. Okay, just like this. All right, and then I'll be adding some darker grays for dimension. Ah, right. Mhm. I'll be using a smaller brush. Okay, where are my brushes? Okay. I'll be using a smaller brush. I'll be dabbing onto my white. And let's not forget the pepperonis for some highlights. This will this pepperoni is so thick. Okay, so all right, let's go back to that later. Okay. Because the paints that I applied for the pepperonis were just so thick, so I'm just trying to thin down the paints. Okay. Yeah. Some highlights. All right, and then using this white, I'm gonna highlight, okay, this part of the pizza. Dry brushing, okay? Just dry brush it, giving it some highlighted effect. Up to this point, like that. Then using some more white, let's brighten the this part. Mm. Right, like that. And then using some gray again with a little bit of green color. Let's highlight this part. Okay. And then some orange. Using some orange colors right here. My orange is a little bit watered down. So just try to control the way you apply it. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my red. Okay, my red color. Okay, and then black. Actually, I don't want to use black. I'm gonna use a little bit of brown. There you go. There you go. And then some more bits of meat. And some bumps just to make it look more natural. Okay. Then I'm gonna mix my red and orange. Okay. And I'm gonna create some highlights. Oh, I'm gonna add yellow because I'm having a hard time highlighting it. Just like that. And then here, and then some dark browns in here. Some orange just to give it highlight. All right. I haven't viewed this from the camera's point of view. All right. I'm gonna have to add more details. Gonna get my yellow plus white. I'm gonna add a little bit of gray. And then gonna add, okay, some markings, some more markings. Like that. Gonna add more black. Right here. Okay. I'm gonna create a little bit of shadowing here. Like that. Just a little bit of shadowing because some pepperonis are not really laying flat on the bread. So there should be some sort of shadows. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna use my white, but I'm gonna water it down. Like really water it down. So use a lot of water. Okay. And then I'm gonna create some sort of technique. Like that. Just to make it look more liquidy. Like that. I actually want to make the background black, but now I don't know if I'm gonna highlight again this part. I actually want to have a black background. What do you think, guys? Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. I'm gonna stick to this one. Gonna create some markings again. Okay, I'm gonna use yellow and white. Yellow and white. Lots and lots of white, actually. Okay. And I'm gonna use some yellows. Right here. Okay. Then using some orange, let's apply more orange on the pepperoni. Right. Okay, and then I need some more dark reds. Okay. And using some whites, let's do a little bit of markings. You know, it's actually really, really cold today here in Chicago. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I need to make my pepperoni look more red than black circles. So, so I'm gonna add dark reds inside. Mm, and some orange. I'm gonna get my burnt sienna and add some detailing here. Okay, like that. And using some white, let's fix the cheese melt. Okay, gonna add a little bit of orange right here, and reds and browns. Okay, like that. I'm gonna get my white and I'm gonna apply some highlights. Okay, then some more yellowish colors for cheese effects. Some more yellow orange. Okay, then white. Actually, I don't know if it's just me. I feel so sleepy while doing this. It's just so cold here now. Um, I'm very near my window and it's just so cold. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to fix this part like that. Okay. Okay, let me just check it. Okay, this looks nice actually. Okay, this looks nice, very, very nice. And I'm just gonna get some more watered down white. So I'm gonna use some more water and white paints. And I'm gonna go back to some areas to create some, markings that would only make the painting look more like natural. Okay. Using white. Okay. And then using some brown. Oh, sorry. using some black and brown, I want to outline the pizza. So you just have to carefully go along the lines. Uh, I'm gonna use my white again. I'm gonna use my dry brushing technique. Just dry brush along this area. Okay, you can use your white in fixing some areas like this area. I need to fix this one. Okay, and also this one. You can apply more yellowish colors right here, here. Right here. Gonna apply more yellows. Okay. And using some black, I'm gonna go around some areas that need some depth. Okay. Here, some shadows right here, like that. Kind of like that. Okay. And using some more gray color, using gray, I'm gonna add some more melted cheese. Using some white. Like that. And using some red and orange. We're actually almost done. It's just that I want to be more I want to create more detailing. Right, like that. The markings right here. And then I want to make the pepperoni look more light than dark, especially along the outlines. I feel like I made the outlines really, really dark. Mhm. And there you go. Now I need to get pure white just for the melted cheese and a little bit more um, detailing because I'm actually enjoying this. I'm actually enjoying this. So I'm getting my pure white and I'm going to highlight the most, uh, like the extreme section of this painting, this part, like that. Yes. All right, now I'm gonna use smaller brush just to darken the underneath portion. I'm gonna use my black and red, and I really want to darken this. Give it some effects. I want to use some pink, so I'm gonna get my red and white. I haven't used my pink yet. So using some pink, I'm gonna add a little bit of black just to tone down the pink color. Using some pink, we're gonna go back to the pepperonis and we're gonna add some pinky colors to highlight it even further. Let's see. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I wanna make it orangey more than dark, especially the sides. But like I made it burnt. Okay, it's nice. Right here as well, just to lighten things up a bit. And I'm gonna separate this pepperoni from the other pepperoni just right behind it, maybe this one as well. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'm gonna get my dark reds. Using my red again. Markings. And burnt sienna. So right. And more meat. Okay. Just a little more highlight. Just some more highlight. Using white. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. This is great. I actually like this. And using some more white. And then some yellow. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm adding a lot of detailing, which I like. I actually like it. Okay. And let me just remove some markings. Oops, it's very dirty. So I'm gonna use a clean brush. Okay. And I'm gonna have to remove some areas. Oh, what's this? I didn't notice that just now. I Where did that come from? Okay, here. Some highlights right here. That's nice. Now I'm gonna dry brush some white paints over this area. So using some white paints, I'm just gonna dry brush it, giving it a more highlighted look. Highlighted look. And then some more yellowish look. So using some yellows, just randomly apply that right here. Some more whites. Oh, this looks nice. This looks nice. Oh my gosh. Now I need to fix this part. Some yellow highlights. Okay, now I want to make it a little more gray. So I'm gonna use my white plus black. Okay, and I really need to make this a little more gray so that it does not blend with the white highlights. Right, just like that. And I'm gonna wash my brush out and using more white. Some yellows. This is so fun, actually. So I'm just using some bright yellows and doing a lot more highlights. Absolutely love this painting. And to be honest, I really want to clean some areas here that need to be cleaned. Um, Simply because the cheese part was just too much. And I'm also just like that, adding some highlights. Okay, just lightening it. Okay, and then I'm gonna darken this part. Yeah, just like that, kind of like that. Okay, gonna get my pink, so red and white. Okay, and then I'm gonna dry brush again, just along this line. I keep highlighting this area, and I also kept changing it, the color. But sometimes there are things that I need to decide during the latter part of, or the later part of the painting session. So please bear with me. I'm gonna get my red again, just to add more red colors. It's like gradient effect, light and then some darker colors, and then some yellow colors. All right, just like that. Absolutely love this one. I absolutely love this one. Oh my gosh, this looks so nice. And then I think I have to add more whites right here. So I'm just gonna clean the areas, some areas, I mean. Okay. Mhm. I really love this one. Wow, I think we're done. This is nice. So I'm gonna sign this now. I think I have to use a finer brush or a more pointy brush. I'm gonna use my black and I'm gonna sign right here. And we're finished. So I hope you enjoy this one. I hope you paint along with me. If you like this video, let me know in the comment section below. If you're painting along with me, let me know again in the comment section below. And if you want to request a painting subject so that we can, we can communicate with each other as regards the subject that you want me to paint for you, let me know again in the comment section below. See you in my next one, guys. Happy New Year, and thank you so much for the wonderful years that when you supported me, when you like tag me on your recreations of my painting tutorials. Thank you so much for appreciating my work, and thank you for the friendship for those who have known me for so many years since 2017. Thank you for sticking around. And that's it, guys. I love you and see you in my next one. Bye. Love you.